I feel like we just ended a fight week because we did. Now we're on the road to another fight week. That's what we do. I mean, these shows keep rolling. We're excited to be here with you and bring you all the action from in front of the camera, behind the camera, letting you know it all. Today, going to be another great show after BKFC 61 in Connecticut. We're headed towards Omaha. And today, the president, the founder, David Feldman, he's coming up today. He's going to talk about a lot of things. We know that it was made official with Conor McGregor. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about maybe the 4.5-hour ride home where I sit with the man in the car the whole time and listen to him jibber jabber. Maybe he would say that about me. Also, exclusive BKFC 61 footage. We'll show you some of that, and it's all here today. I mean, there's so much to get to. We're going to get to your mailbag. First, I want to check in with the booth, and actually, before I do that, I want to say greetings to some of our fans. I see Tyler and Bates in the chat. I see Mike and Mish. They said, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and Little Ben, too. Little Ben's in the chat. That's a great one. They keep busting on Little Ben in the chat, Mike and Mish. Gators there. Wesley Killeagle, hello. I want to say hi to Army Vet Jolly, Andrew Martin, Rockerline Coleman, anyone else that shows up. Tell your friends, tell your enemies. We want them here hanging out. Like I said, a lot of fun stuff to get into today, as always. First, let's check with the guys. I jumped too soon. I was excited to talk to my buddies, my pals, my friends over there in the booth. Evan, the Lord Zentar. And you have, what was he, bitching Brandon last week? We renamed him again. He keeps changing. Brandon. Who got a big pop, by the way.
What did you call me in the arena?
I called you Broke It, Brandon. That's how you're most famous. But I didn't want to say bitching, Brandon, because, you've been pretty good. We're going to let you escape that. But I was actually shocked at the pop, the crowd reaction you got when I said your name. You hated it, but the crowd went nuts for you.
Honestly, I didn't hear a pop. I think you're over-exaggerating.
I'm not. And I had my earplugs.
There was like a couple people that were like, woo.
I heard one guy, I did hear that. And I heard one guy go, jerk off. I heard that too. There's talking to me or you, and Evan was sitting there too. Evan, I got to tell you, man, BKFC 61, you're leveling up. I don't know if anyone saw him on camera. You got some nice threads. You went from being like a sweaty, smelly camera guy to a suit. You're wearing a suit.
It's true.
Is this normal now for you?
It is.
You've changed to the suit. All right, well, look. Do we have to worry about you? Because you've always been a bit of a renegade, a bit of a pariah. And now you put a suit on. Have you become the brass?
We should all be worried.
But on the show, should we watch our P's and Q's now? But you're
absolutely.
a suit. You don't want to be a suit.
Well, I don't know, man. I've been called up. It is what it is.
Is there any renegade still left in you?
There's always going to be a little bit, but, I think you should all be walking on eggshells around me moving forward.
Evan's eggshells.
Your asses are all on the line.
Ass is grass.
There's a new sheriff in town.
That's right. Evan's the lawnmower. We're the grass. I love it. Evan, you look great in your suit. I know you have another one you're going to reveal at this next show coming up. I know the fans are waiting with bated breath.
Sure.
I did notice you put a couple buttons down on that suit. Is that to look tougher? Is that to keep the renegade going?
Well, I'm not much of a tie guy, so I prefer to go a few buttons open. Because to me, I don't want to be so buttoned up.
You're a suit.
I'm not there yet, so I like to keep it a little loose, a few buttons down.
Now, you told me you were doing it because you thought I would like your chest hair.
Well,
remember?
that too. I mean, that's a given.
Listen, I got to tell you, you're still the same Evan to me, and you know what?
What?
The man doesn't make the suit. The man makes the man. So keep being the man you are, and we'll be all right. How's that?
And the brand.
There you go. You're so dumb. I love you. All right. Let's get into it. Guys, what did you think about Connecticut? BKFC 61. I know a lot of us locally from Philly drove it. I know you guys drove in. How was the drive down? How was the drive back? You drove with Brandon, right?
Yeah. Drive was fine.
Good. Who drove?
Cranny drove us the whole way up and the whole way back.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Did he drive his vehicle?
Yeah, he did.
Trooper.
Wow, that's a good man. That's a good man.
Slept the whole way home.
Did you really?
Mm-hmm.
Did you all sleep while you had to drive?
I didn't sleep at all.
Oh, yeah. That's a dirtbag thing to do, man. That's what a suit would do.
Exactly.
Did you take the suit off for the ride home, or did you keep it on to keep the respect going?
I switched to sweatpants for the drive home.
All right. We got a lot to talk about later with Diamond David Feldman coming on, the president, the owner of BKFC. We had a ride home in our own right. A lot to get into with that. Guys, excited about Omaha coming up. I know we're going to be flying out there. They're always a loud, crazy crowd. I don't see it being any different. What are you looking forward to for the Omaha show?
What are we looking forward to?
Yeah, probably to get through it, right? But, I mean, what are you looking for as far as fights? Is there anything on there that stands out to you, or just good bare-knuckle fights?
Main event's exciting. You got number 2 and number 4 welterweights going at it. Paige and Trinidad Snake. You got Sarah Shell, I believe, coming back. First Crystal Van Wyck. I think that was a short notice opponent change, so that should be cool. Brandon Meyer, he's all the way down in the prelims.
Which is crazy. And he's just fought, so he didn't take any damage. He's back with that new hip that looked good last time. Apparently that new hip's doing him well.
He got a new hip.
I think that's what last fight he was going into it. He was fighting his prior fight before the last one. I think it was a hip problem, and it hampered him, but he got his hip fixed or something, and then he looked great. He said he felt better than ever. So excited to see him back and to see his climb. I'm shocked that he was so low on the card.
Oh. Well, Bobby Taylor, a staple.
That guy,
Tommy Stridham. You got a lot of good fights sprinkled in there.
Bobby Taylor might be the best in shape man, like as far as like his age. I know he's not super old, but I don't look like that, and I'm younger than him. Yeah. I mean, he takes care of himself. He's great.
I remember when he first fought for us back in like BKFC 11. I was looking on his Instagram to try to get to know him, and he's a lightweight. He's a 55er, and he was benching 315, which is pretty impressive.
Insane.
For 155, that's what, like over 2 times your body weight. You know.
Yeah, that's insane.
So he's a strong, really strong dude.
Yeah, well, we're excited to see him back. You got some vets on the show, some new blood we'll end up seeing. Omaha, like I said, we were there, I think, almost a year ago to the date. So they're going to be rip-roaring and ready, and they're going to be loud as always. We're looking forward to that. And by the way, Omaha has this football team. It's like an arena league or something. I don't know. But their mascot, the best mascot ever. Since it's Omaha, they're called the Omaha Beef, and their mascot is, ready for it? Sirloin. Amazing, sirloin.
Is it a knight?
No, I think
with a cow.
We have to look. I don't know what it looks like. I've heard about it though. I just think it's a great idea.
Go to the Goog.
Yeah, you better look it up there. We'll pull it up in a minute. As we're getting ready to pull it up, we'll talk more about. Here, Tony Loco Soto. He's in the chat. He jumps in. Goat Combat Agency's here. A lot of people checking us out today. And listen, if you're on Instagram or something, I'm still waiting for this software where they pull everything together. I'm looking at our YouTube channel. So if you're commenting, I'm not ignoring you. People yell at me. I'm not ignoring you. Come on over to the YouTube channel for now, and we appreciate you being here. It's grown by the day. Remember to hit that love button. Tell your friends, share it, let them know we're on the air, ready to go. We have David Feldman coming on today to talk about a lot of different stuff. I actually want to talk to Dave a little bit about his meeting with Conor, and not so much like what happened and what the details were as far as the deliverables. I mean, maybe we'll get into that. I like to find out because, look, I've never met with Conor. I mean, I kind of did through FaceTime. I'll talk about that a little later too, but I've never gone to Dublin and been taken around. I want to know, much like we talked about the Dana White thing, what was that experience like? What happened? We're going to talk about all that with Dave Feldman coming up around 12:20, maybe a little bit later than that. We'll see when he gets in here. But for now, I want to check in with the mailbag, see what you sent in.
It's time for Mail Call.
There it goes. Perfect. The Bare Knuckle Show at gmail.com. Make sure you send in whatever you have, and then we'll sift through it. We get a lot of stuff. And if we don't get to you this week, maybe it'll be next week, but we'll try our best to get you on. We love checking out what you have for us. I have to take a sip of my coffee. Savage sip.
I was going to say, we're going to take the Savage sip. You beat me to it.
Did you take one? Hold on. Everybody watch. Hold on. Sounds like a bong. All right, so in the mail call, a lot of great stuff coming in. We always like to check in with you. The first thing in the mail call I want to get to, this was interesting. During the weigh-in show, Mike and Mish, I didn't realize this was their son. Or not their son. They're not together. I didn't realize it was Mish's son. It's Mike and Mish. Who knows? It's 2024. Sorry, guys. Mike and Mish. Great podcast. Check them out. They had their son was there front row. So I just saw a kid up there. I brought him up. I wanted to get him, give him an experience. Let him see what it's like to be up there. So I bring him up. What's your name? Here's the video from that. Check it out. It was cool.
So check it out, Nolan. Here's what I want you to do. I think you're better at this than I am. I do. You have a future in this. I want you to get that crowd really loud. Can you do it for me? All right, here we go.
All right, everyone. I need to hear you screaming. Let's go! Let's go!
I thought I liked you when I brought you up here, but I'm just going to leave. This kid's the new host. See you later. Man. Have fun. I'm kidding. Hey, thank you, brother. Thank you so much. Give it up for my man, Nolan! Who's going to take my job one day? I can feel it. Thank you, Nolan. You're the man.
Look at that strut. He's great. He's giving people the knuckle bumps. He was doing interviews. What a great kid, Nolan. Going nuts at the show, too. I know he had a great time, and we had a great time. So I just want to spotlight that. I thought that kid was super cool. Another person I want to spotlight is me and the guy who calls himself Cheesy Poof Ninja. The Cheesy Poof Ninja, I met him. He pulled me aside. It was very chaotic. I let him punch me in the face. This guy was loud. I saw him all night. I love his Hawaiian shirt. A Hawaiian shirt's a great thing to wear. I got to find out when David Feldman comes on if he ever wore a Hawaiian shirt or would wear one like that. I'm a big fan of Hawaiian shirts. All right, thank you, Cheesy Poof Ninja, for sending that in. Thanks for coming to the show. The fans in Connecticut were amazing. They were insane. They were loud. They were ready to go. I'm running around the crowd all night, and all I can hear is people coming up to me, thank you for coming. They're literally thanking us for being there, kind of like they did in L.A. when we make our debut. We've been waiting. There's a guy who's been watching since the beginning named Miguel. He was there. We got to meet him. There's so many of you that were thanking us for coming. Well, we were glad to be there, and we can't wait to come back. I love hearing the passion of the new fans that haven't seen us live yet. We appreciate that. I mean, I was out in the crowd like I got bruises on me. They were like pulling me. It was awesome. They were going nuts, pulling me every which way. The other thing in the crowd that I thought was cool was Conor McGregor was, oh, there I am. I didn't know they shot this. I'm standing in the middle of the crowd on like a railing or something, trying to get them hyped up. You can't hear it probably the audio, but they're going nuts, this slow-mo. There was one point where I was running through the crowd and I was getting ripped down by people. I don't mind it. It's fun. And everyone was just having a good time. So there you go. The other thing I was getting to is, I don't know if it was highly talked about on TV or not. I don't know if they were allowed to mention it, but, because I didn't know the deal points. But Conor McGregor was actually at the show. We have a picture of that. There he is, Conor McGregor hanging out at the show. This is this dude. We didn't hire this guy. It was like a fan who dressed up as Conor McGregor, and he was just walking around. He was excited to be there. He took pictures with other fans. Thought it was really cool, and we appreciate him coming. We love stuff like that. So, hey, man, let's keep it up. BKFC, the events, if you've never been to one, they're like a huge party with fights going on. So that it kind of gives you an idea of what you will see and the chaotic craziness of it in a good way. Also in the house, some champs were in the house. I have a picture of that too. They were sitting there. I mean, it's cool because the fighters kind of hang out at BKFC. And if you come. There you see the Redneck Mandel in the middle. You got Christine Faria, who was supposed to fight on that card. And you got Britton Hart. They're just hanging out in the crowd watching because as much as elite athletes they are, they're also big fans of what they're doing. They always come to the shows. And usually you walk up, get a picture, sign an autograph. I saw Travis the Animal Thompson there. I saw so many fighters. They just come out, and we really appreciate you being there and love that you come out like that. Speaking of Christine Faria, she wasn't fighting, but she put this on her Instagram. She was still punching. Where's it stop? No one knows. That was one of the high things at our Olympia when we had the punch machine there. She did pretty well there. Wow, all right, Christine Faria, taking out the punch machine. And I bring that up also because Swervo Cuts, who just signed, I see him in the chat, he sent this in. He said he knows how much we like the punching machine videos, so he sent this in. Let's watch. Missed it. He missed it, dude. It's a broken hand. He's laughing. They're all laughing. He gets his punch in. He feels like a jerk-off. He does. There you go. Faria's punch way better. And then the other one that, as I'm looking at these videos, I found one. I call this the stylistic puncher. I think this is the best punch I've ever seen. Check this out. No, that's not it. That's not it. Come on. What are you doing in there? We talked about this before. Come on, man. You were batting 1,000.
I'm trying to read your rundown here.
It's bullshit.
It's a bunch of
yeah, it's the thing. It's the thing I put in there, and I said this part is added in, and I put it in pen. Do you remember that part? We talked about it for 5 minutes. Don't worry about it. We'll move on.
This one?
You blew the bit already.
Take it.
No, that's not the one either.
Man, he's falling apart.
Dude,
I don't have it.
You say I don't have stuff. I send it to you every night. Here he is, bitching Brandy. He's going to turn it around now. And luckily for you, let's get.
I definitely don't.
It was
have
a dude doing a backflip, and he punched the thing. Luckily, you know what? The president's here. He's witnessing this. He should have your job. Rise for the president.
Stand up, fucker.
Stand up. He said stand up. I'm standing up. You stand up.
Oh yeah, man.
And stand up. What? Now everyone wears a suit. He doesn't have to stand up anymore now.
Stand up,
I gotta
turn
push the
around.
buttons.
Stand up, turn around, and walk out. How did you fuck that one up?
You set me up, Soscia.
I sure did.
Totally did.
I'll show you after the show. I would never.
You planned that.
I wish I would have. I didn't. All right, let me make a note here where I'm going to stop. Before I stop, Dave, we're going to get to you, but I have one more thing I want to get to. It's important. These guys sent this in. They're a podcast. They don't talk about bare knuckle, but they're big bare knuckle fans. One's out of Canada, one's out of Delco. They sent this in for me. The 4T podcast. There it is. Check it out, man. I think it's so cool. It's 4tbelowzero.com. They watch the shows. They've talked about us before, and we appreciate this, guys. It's a podcast about MS. These two guys got MS rather young, and it's a really interesting podcast. All right, we'll get back to the mailbag and everything in a little bit. Although Brandon basically just showed you like 5 clips from the mailbag. I don't know what he's doing. All right, we got David Feldman in here, the president, the founder of BKFC. Excited to see him in here, and there's a lot to talk about, as always, Mr. Feldman. How are you?
What's going on? What's going on, man? Great weekend, man.
It was a great
awesome
weekend.
Awesome event. You know, some new awards. It was a great night, though. Honestly, it was a great night. The casino loved it. The commission loved it. The fans loved it. So it was an awesome, epic weekend for us.
I think so,
glad
too.
we're back. And it was a long week of traveling.
Yeah, I didn't know where I was yesterday for a little bit. I was very confused. We'll get into that in a minute, but I just wanted to thank you immediately when you came on, because we joke around how you never break news here. You wait for Hawani. Thank you for doing it out of the Bare Knuckle studio. I don't know if you did that on purpose. And then you mentioned the Bare Knuckle show, and we appreciate that, all of us, because we work hard on this. Thank you.
Of course.
And you said that you're going to work to get it even bigger. So we like that. And we have the fans are helping with that. We appreciate you helping with that. This thing's going to take over the world one day. I truly believe that.
It is. And we're going to get a new host in here, and we're going to blow this thing up.
Dude, I would fire me. I just want to come and sleep for like 2 years. Sleep for like 2 years straight.
Nah, we're going to give you some love, man. We're going to give you some marketing, and we're going to blow it up.
That's great. Thank you for that. So I want to talk about a lot. And let's kind of go in order here. Let's talk about, you said it was a great weekend in Connecticut. Mohegan Sun was very happy. The crowd was happy. The crowd was going nuts. I was out there amongst them. As far as fighting, there was some controversy. You talked about it on Hawani yesterday. I liked your analogy. If people didn't see it, you said that the Chris Sorrow, the Quitter Award that you gave out,
right.
Was like a lawnmower analogy. If you pay somebody to come mow your lawn, is that what it was? Or it was?
Yeah,
No.
I said if someone's coming over to mow your lawn and they start the lawnmower up and walk away and don't mow your lawn, did they do their job? Did they get paid? Or did they quit?
But you can't, I don't know, fighting payments like you do in person. You can't just take a purse from somebody. Can you do that?
I don't want to take his purse from him.
Okay.
Listen, the thing that bothers me, here's what really bothers me about the whole situation is there's guys, I mean, I opened up today the email and Instagram, and there must have been 100 fighters that want to fight, and they all say, I wouldn't quit, boss. I wouldn't quit, boss. Put me in. So what I'm saying is we're giving fight slots, opportunities to guys that aren't going in there and banging it out, and most of them do. Look, I'm not taking away. We got the baddest men and women on the planet here. But when you do have someone that just doesn't go out there 100%, or maybe he did, and maybe he really did have an injury, but you know, it didn't look that way, and I called it out that way. But I was upset about it because I was also upset at some actions that took place after the event and the treatment that the casino and the commission received from the same individual. So, you know, I was a little hot on the topic, and, you know, I called it out that way. But the real reason why I was upset is because, like I said, you're taking away an opportunity to warriors that want to bang and want to earn that money. And if you go out there and, you know, kind of find your way out of a fight and get paid, you didn't really go in there and show up and fight your ass off. Like I say, I always tell the guys, what I want you to do, fight your ass off.
I heard you say it.
You fight your ass off, you get a bonus. It's not just you get paid, you get a bonus. So if you're not going to go fight your ass off, you don't get the bonus, and you really shouldn't even have got paid. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. It's water under the bridge now, and we move on.
Good. So you're not a passionate guy at all during these fights. So, I mean, that didn't weigh in the passion. And you got to think, too, like who you're talking about. And I'll tell you, I'll be honest with you, I like him. Can I say his name?
I like him too. I honestly, he's always been very nice, very respectful to me. Always asked for opportunities. Nice guy. Listen, I got nothing bad to say about him.
It was
as a
passion.
person. It was passion, and it's about what I'm looking for this product. Because look, let's just say that happened 3 or 4 times that night. That turns from a good show into a shit show. Right?
And then people are going to learn that, and then they're going to try to start working the system, and then that's going to hurt the industry. I agree wholeheartedly. They're showing it right now. But yeah, I like talking to Chris when I see him. I like Chris. I was sad that this happened, but you know what? Only he knows the true story. He's put it out. You have your story. I'll lean on it. It was passion. Although in the chat, they're asking you, will this award be given out? They seem to like the quitter of the night. Will this award be given out every single fight if there's a quitter?
I hope it's never given out.
That's what I thought.
Right?
Yeah.
I hope it's never given out. But if it's, look, it was passion. I was passionate about it, and maybe I shouldn't have given it out. Maybe I should have given it out. I don't know. You know, I'm getting mixed reactions from it. But at the end of the day, is I did what I thought I should have done at the moment, and that's what I always do.
They just came with some audio here. What's going on? What are you showing, guys?
Just listening in, trying to hear what was discussed. It sounded like the doc said. Doc said he had a busted hand.
I can't hear you. I'm sorry. Okay, well, you can see some of the passion from Sorrow in the ring there, regardless of what happened. Passion meets passion. We get fireworks, and we saw that Saturday night. So thank you for addressing that also on this show.
Sure.
So, I mean, look, Mohegan liked it. A lot of positive remarks in the press. The news was there, covered us. I'm sure we'll be back at Mohegan Sun. That's fair to say.
You figure in 2 weeks we did really two of the most sought after, two of the maybe 5 most sought after fight venues in in the United States. We did Los Angeles and we did Mohegan Sun.
Yeah.
And everybody wants to put on fights there. Everybody has put on fights there, and there've been some epic events. And those are two regulatory bodies that really didn't want anything to do with us 4 years ago, 3 years ago, 2 years ago, even a year ago.
Yeah.
Right?
6 months ago.
And now we're being accepted everywhere, and that really says a lot for you guys, for really our staff, for our Dr. Don Musi, who diligently put together a list of injuries and the data from all of our fights, and now we can present this in the right manner that we need to and show all the statistics that really, show that we should be regulated in every state. Because I never say, and I don't know if you know this, but I never say we're safer. We're not safer, because guess what? Anytime 2 men or women get in any type of ring, platform, cage, anything, and the object is to knock the other person out, it's not safe.
Yeah.
We're no more dangerous than boxing or mixed martial arts. And guess what? Our statistics prove it now. Our data proves it. And that's why I want to take my hat off to Dr. Don Musi and all the medical staff and the regulatory staff and everybody that keeps pushing the envelope for here and getting us sanctioned and opened up in all these different states.
Well, they're saying here in the chat, people, I got Bowls, Beers, and Brawls saying that Vegas is next. Andrew Martin, he wants to know about Calmus. We'll get to that in a minute. There's Nathan Rivera, Wednesday Rivera era coming back. But everyone's sharing in your excitement. I see Kai Stewart in the chat. He's excited to be here, too. He said he's been talking about how Connor's one of his role models, and he's able to now work amongst him. That's pretty cool. But I want to talk about, I want to kind of transition off this, and we're going to get to the Connor stuff in a minute. And I have a lot of weird questions about the Connor stuff, but I want to talk about the ride home. You're a freaking lunatic. Now, I've known Dave for 20 some years, maybe.
Yeah.
But that's crazy. But I've never taken a 5-hour trip with him in a car, especially after he's all passionate after a show. There's a lot of, first of all, we couldn't get out of the gas station. It was probably about 10 miles from the venue because there's about 7 people in there who wanted pictures and autographs. And I'm all about it, but I'm like, dude, let's go. It's late. I'm tired. Dave did that. Then we got in the car and we're driving. We're having some conversation. We're messing around. And for some reason, I'm driving like an idiot just because I'm tired. And he's saying, yeah, man. I said, how'd Connor go? What's the real on this? He goes, the future's so bright, I got to wear shades. I'm like, oh, that's cool. I'm just driving. He keeps saying this line. And I look over, this idiot's in the middle of the night wearing my sunglasses, my corny sunglasses. And then from there, it just got dumber. Like, why did you grab the wheel? You remember
because you swerved, and then you said, if you keep talking like that, I'll kill us. And I said, oh, you'll kill us? And I grabbed the wheel and I swerved.
But it wasn't a light grab. It was like hard. And then I said, dude, do it again and I'll steer us into a pole on purpose. And then you're stupid. You go, do it now. Woo! And the car, like if you swerve, your car kind of feels like it lifts a little bit. I'm sweating thinking about it. You kept me awake. Who needs coffee? And then when he stopped at the gas station, you're great to travel with. I told him I didn't want anything. He comes back with M&M's, Pringles. He's hooking me up. Great snack buyer. Double shot of espresso or whatever it was, which you probably were sad about that later. But in this fun car ride, I believe we were singing "The Devil Went Down to Georgia" on the radio. We sung "The Gambler." We've done that many times. I think that The Gambler's kind of
fun. It was
awesome.
a fun ride, man.
But I guess so. As I get abused in that car ride home, one of the things I asked you about because I hadn't had time to see you since you've been in Dublin. Before I get to what we talked about, just tell people that don't know because you're always on the road. What was your travel schedule like last week? Like as you went to Dublin, how did you?
Well, at the beginning of the week, I traveled to a southern state. I came back home. I went to Ireland, a red-eye flight on Wednesday night, landed there at 6 a.m., had a 6 a.m. flight on Friday back to Connecticut, did the fight in Connecticut, and we drove home. And we're here now, and then we obviously have Nebraska next Friday, 3 different states the following week, and then we got to go to Spain because we don't have an exact date, but we're 100% doing a summer event in Spain.
Awesome. Awesome. That'd be so much fun. Well, you travel like a madman is what I'm saying. And
It's awful.
Well, people don't always see that.
It sucks.
I hate traveling myself.
It's funny because I get people go, "You're killing it, congratulations," and I'm like, man, like,
what state am I in?
I trade this in a second sometimes, but you know, the trajectory that we're on and the climb that we're doing, it's the climb, right? It's like really the climb that gets us there. Like every time, like one of the guys with us, he's like, "What the fuck would you do if someone bought you out right now? Like, what are you gonna do? You're going to sit there and watch someone else grow this thing?"
Yeah, right.
I'm like, no, I can't, man. So it's tough, man. I mean, it's tough on the family. It's tough on, you know, the body. It's tough on the mind. But we're here and there's no quitting us.
So as we're traveling and moments like that, being stuck in a car for hours, make it more fun when you're with somebody you want to hang out with and talk to and mess around with. One of the things I asked you about, I was getting to this, your travel schedule. Conor McGregor, you meet with him in Dublin. I don't really care about the deal points. I mean, that's cool if you want to talk about it. You don't have to. I'm not going to ask you the Hawani questions like that. What I care about, I always am intrigued by this. What was it like? Kind of explain. So you get off the plane. You go, where do you go first? Do you go to his office? Like, what happens after that?
Yeah, we went to the hotel. We had to wait for his other part of his team to land. So I actually did grab about an hour and a half or so of sleep. Met them at about 12:30. We went to McGregor Sports Entertainment headquarters, their office, and then we talked for a little bit, finished up the you know, dotting the I's and crossing the T's on the deal, and then Conor walked in and, you know, he's a magnetizing force, man.
You can tell when he walks in a room.
You know he's in the room.
Yeah.
And he was cool, man. Then me and him just took a ride. You know, he had a Bentley convertible outside. And he's like, "Let's take a ride. Let me show you around Dublin a little bit." And we just talked for like 2 hours, man. And then,
wait, slow down. You're just breezing through because you're just going through it in your head. But you rode around Dublin with Conor McGregor, probably in a beautiful car, I'm sure. And there's
I just said a convertible Bentley.
Oh, did you say Bentley? I didn't hear you. I'm sorry. There you go, a beautiful car. So you're kind of cruising around. Is it like the norm to see Conor in Dublin?
Let me tell you, no, I mean, everybody was like, Conor. As we're stopped at lights, people are knocking on their window, like, Conor. People, we stopped. We actually, the really cool thing, like, he's a grounded guy, though. I got to talk to him a lot, and I got to know him a little bit in a short period of time. I mean, how much do you know somebody? But he's grounded. He loves where he's from, and he didn't forget where he came from. So we went to this place called, I think it's the, I can't remember the name of it, Crumlin Boxing Academy, and that's where he trained when he was younger, boxing. And we were there, and we were watching actually fights take place that day. Awesome. And we met a lot of people. He took pictures with everybody in there. He donated money to that gym. He had, you know, McGregor Sports and Entertainment all over the place. Just a really cool guy, man. And you know, we got to talk about, you know, my career, my boxing career, and, you know, my dad in a little bit. And then we talked about everything that, obviously, all the iconic stuff that he's done. And it was cool. It was a great conversation.
So it wasn't, would think, that's cool, man. You would think a guy like Conor, just outside looking in, his brash persona, doesn't sound like he's all about him. It sounds like you want to hear a little bit of your story too, which is pretty cool. Here's a good question. Honestly, when you were at the gym with Conor, because I know you, Dave, and I don't know if you can hold back. Did you start, it's not even to impress anybody, I just know you when you're on bags and stuff and you're in a gym, did you start hitting it a little bit in front of Conor, or did you decide not to do that?
I didn't, but I literally went to him and I go, like, it's a raunchy ass smell in the boxing gym. And I was like, yo, man, I said, I miss this smell, man. It's crazy. Like, it's like just that smell that you smelled every day, man, going in there and training your ass off, and the sweaty hand wraps that end up smelling. It was a crazy, it was a great experience. But yeah, man, I definitely was like, man, I just want to jump in the ring. Like,
I know
it was crazy. Yeah.
Well, that's great that you got to go there and experience that too. I mean, that he takes you. That's awesome. But then you go back, and this is when I spoke to you, because you FaceTime me. I'm like, I was unshaven, my hair's on. I mean, you should look pretty decent. I was wearing a bare knuckle shirt. I think I had my shirt off, and I'm like, hello, and you're like, hey, how are we looking? We're talking about the show coming up, and then I go, oh, you're in Dublin. That's right. And you turn the FaceTime, and there's Conor McGregor sitting there, and you're like, this is my hype guy, and he's like, oh, I know you, mate, which made me feel nice. Yeah. And you could tell it was. I put it on my Instagram. I'm so honored that I got to talk to you guys for 2 or 3 minutes right before you did that signing, because the excitement was palpable. I could feel it coming through my phone, dude. It was awesome. And I was able to say, welcome to the family, Conor. And you can tell the guy's excited about it, which makes me happy.
And he's super excited about it. He loves the trajectory that we have here. He's, like I said, what I really liked about him the most is that he didn't forget where he came from, because that's people lose themselves as they get successful.
Yeah.
You know, they lose who they are and where they came from and who they should be around. But he didn't. And, you know, we got to talk, and we talked about this fight as it's not about the money. It's a legacy fight for him. And he said, he knows how important it is and that he has to win. And just a great dude, and I expect a lot of really great things from him that I'm not going to go into now, but a lot of different connectors, a lot of different things that we're going to do with Conor McGregor, and I think it's going to be an awesome, awesome relationship.
Yeah, we're excited about it, too. I know the fans are very excited.
And how about this? We're in business with Conor McGregor now.
Isn't that crazy?
And he's a part owner of our company.
Yeah,
how about that?
How hard we've worked.
Where the hell did this happen?
How many doors got slammed in the face, right?
Crazy,
now, look,
man.
no, Conor helps us kick some open, hopefully. So
Yep.
I'm honored to hear about your story. Thank you. A lot of people, you can drop your questions. We got a couple more minutes with Dave in the comments section. We'll try to get to a couple of them. A lot of people going nuts in the comments about the Conor thing, but they're also excited about, let's see. Oh, they want to say that, are we going to see Perry versus Dylan? Are we going to see, they're asking all these questions. They all seem like they want to see that. What's next for Perry? That's what a lot of people are asking.
We're working on that right now. I have a trip next week to go visit 2 potential opponents, big-time names, and then we also have the Dave Mundell in the mix. So, you know, we're going to come up with something in the next 2 weeks.
Good. And then they're also, I've seen this a lot, too, in the comments. They're saying BKFC in Vegas, BKFC. I feel like that's a hard nut to crack. I mean, where are we at with that?
I really don't want to go into it because anything I say could adversely affect what we're doing.
Then just be quiet.
But it looks, everything looks great. Commission out there is awesome. And I got a text message right after the show on Mohegan Sun that looks like, everything is moving in the right direction.
Good. That's a great answer. Now I have Tristan's in here, Andrew Martin's in here, and they're both asking what's next after the fight of the night for Zach Kalmas. What do you see next for him? What do you think about Zach?
I mean, I think he always comes in and has an exciting fight every time.
I agree.
And so, I don't know. I mean, just keep moving him up. Let's see. Let's see if he can. Now we'll move him up to someone that's been in BKFC for a little bit and see what he can do with that, and then we'll go to the next step. And look, I love the guy. I mean, he comes, he's exciting, he fights his ass off. He's got a great personality, but more importantly, like I said, he fights his ass off every time. And he's an exciting fight, and you're always on your feet when Zach Kalmas is fighting. So I don't know exactly what's next for him, but something's next for him, man. We like him a lot.
Yeah, I mean, every time he fights you, they're showing highlights. Fight of the night for a reason. This guy doesn't know how to quit. Look at him.
I mean, Conor McKenna too, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
One hell of a fight.
Both of these guys.
What fighter do you know like that can get into bare knuckle boxing, fight his ass off, and walk out to Madonna song?
Wasn't that great, dude? I said my buddy Joe next to me, when I heard that, I'm like, this guy has to be tough. He's walking out to a Madonna song.
Yep.
Well, there you go. I mean, Zach Kalmas, fight of the night. I'm excited to see what's next for Zach too, and even Conor. Like you're saying, Conor.
Look at that crowd, man. Awesome, man.
First time ever, man.
Yeah.
It was very cool. Let's see. What else do we have in here? People are all kinds of questions. Oh, this is nice. Army Vet Jolly. He's one of the guys you hooked up for Knuckle Mania 4, the Christmas show. He just wanted to thank you. Said he had the time of his life, and it meant the world to him.
Awesome.
Let's see. Oh, Mike and Mish thanking you for. And this is great. We talked about Nolan, the little kid, earlier in the show because he came up and did some crowd hype with me. You interviewed him. That was awesome. That was cool.
That was fun. That was really fun.
Next generation of bare knuckle there, man.
And he knew what he was talking about. Our first show at Mohegan Sun, he knew what he was talking about, man. It was awesome.
He did. He's great. Now let's look ahead to Omaha. Omaha coming up this weekend. A lot of people excited. I mean, there's a guy that said that I'll show the email later. Like it's his birthday, and he's so excited because we're giving him so many BKFC events for his birthday. I know Omaha's always a loud crowd. They're always a fun crowd. We haven't been there in about a year exactly, so they're going to be ready to go. What are you looking for out of Omaha? Are there any fights that are standing out to you?
Yeah, I think the main event is really standing out to me. Trinidad Snake versus Dustin Pegg. I think it's a banger, and I think it really sees who's next to be challenging for the championship in that division. Maybe not the winner of that, but they're 1 or 2 fights away from it, and it's an exciting fight. I mean, that's the one I'm most looking forward to.
Yeah, I think most people are. The thing is, I say it all the time, and I feel like I just repeat myself. With the BKFC card, even if there's someone you've never heard of it or you're not expecting, like sleeper fights, there's sleeper fights that are sleeper fights. Like they're knocked out fights. And then you see them, they come out, they want to impress you. They see you, you're passionate at ringside. I truly believe that. And they say, I'm going to make an impression here. I'm going to change my life. And they fight, like you say, they fight their asses off. Here, Ben Rothwell just sent me. He said, I can't comment. All right, Big Ben Rothwell, the real Big Ben, not the little Ben in the chat that's calling you his superhero. Little Ben in the chat calls you his superhero. Big Ben Rothwell says, I can't comment. He doesn't know why. He said, Ben Rothwell asking, when is Big Ben Rothwell fighting again? Any idea?
We were talking about it today. We'll have an answer pretty soon, but it's going to be a very interesting matchup for Ben Rothwell. Look, when I first met Ben Rothwell, I didn't really like him. And then I got to know him, and I really couldn't stand him. No, I'm just kidding with you. I really like Ben Rothwell a lot.
He's the nicest guy in the world.
Ben is one of the guys in our company, honestly, that wants to see us succeed almost more than we do. And he promotes it. He talks great about us. He does everything. He fights his ass off. He does everything we want him to do. So I want to see some good things happen for Ben, and good things are going to happen for him in the next couple of months. And we're planning something for him, and he's going to be happy about it.
Ben's a company guy like a few others.
Is.
I mean, he
truly is.
So, like, there was a wrestler in ECW named Tommy Dreamer. He was all about the company. That's who I see Ben as. He wears the BKFC shirts. He's so proud to be here. And he's given the staff, like you often do, a lot of compliments. I think Ben's
he's awesome. He really, truly is. He's awesome.
And he can fight.
Awesome. He's awesome for the company. He's awesome for the sport. And he's just an awesome guy to be around.
That's, the nice way of putting a bow on it, man. Come sit behind the desk. You're better off than I am. But Omaha is going to be great. We're looking forward to it. I know that you ready? You're a very busy man. You are, though. A very busy man. Thank you for taking the time with us. I don't think there's any more comments. Let's see. They want you to book Brian versus Big Ben, Little Ben at BKFC 63. I would beat him. That would be too easy. He would probably take a dive. Can't wait to get back there and put on a show. Heck saying there's a lot of people excited that you're on. We're excited for the trajectory of this company. And thank you for working so hard to keep us going.
Of course, seriously. My man. Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, brother. I'll see you soon. All right, there goes the president, the founder, David Feldman. We appreciate him being here. As he's gonna go behind the no, he's not. Let's see what he does. You can't. I see you gonna go under. Nice shot. All right, they switch cameras. I love when Dave comes on. It's always fun. You never know what you're gonna get. Thank you for your questions in the comments. We like doing that as well. We like kind of just throwing them on here. That was decided late last night that he was going to come on, so we appreciate him being here. Let's get back to other stuff we were talking about. Don't forget, hit those like buttons for David Feldman. Hit the love buttons. Hit the like buttons. Hit everything. They're asking, when is BKFC Japan? He just left. I'll find out for you, though. I know they're very interested in bringing us back. We talked about that last week because they were going nuts for it. All right, where did we leave off at? I believe you just said something in my ear, Brandon. It's okay. I didn't hear what you said, though. Probably trying to set me up for something.
We just had one last review of Connecticut.
Ooh.
From Twitter.
Oh, we have a review. Oh, I'd love to see. What are they? Another fan loving it. Don't ever buy tickets to BKFC. The events are terrible. The hype man makes me want to, what's it say?
Shoot myself.
Well, good. Shoot yourself, sir. We hope you do. Hey, man, how do you think my wife feels? What do you think she wants to do? I think about that. I would argue a lot of people in the company might want to do that when they ride in cars with me for a long amount of time, too. That's why they try to swerve me off the road. I would disagree. I would say that the thousands of other people here said that wouldn't say don't ever buy a ticket to BKFC. Even if they didn't like me, they would like the events, and that would kind of outweigh it. All I'm there to do is be the glue and keep you guys excited and keep it going. Make my money and help BKFC make its money and get to the next level. That's what I'm here to do. Thank you for the nice words. We appreciate those. I love reading that kind of stuff. Shoot yourself. All right. If I had the bare knuckle bazooka, it was broken. It's lost. The bare knuckle bazooka is lost. We have to find it.
Should we tell is this company's secret that the truck, what happened to the truck?
Oh, we talk about it. That's what I'm worried. Did the bare knuckle bazooka fly out of the truck?
I don't know.
What, the top got ripped off or something?
I don't know.
I don't know.
It might have gotten damaged, but
are we not allowed to talk about it?
I don't know.
Well, you brought it up. Now
it's
we
better
have
to ask for.
Yeah.
What is it? Better for forgiveness? Yeah.
Well, at this point, yeah. So I'll say it because I don't know. You brought it up. I'll blame it on you.
That's fine.
But you're an executive now, right? You said with your suit. I can blame it. The suit told me to talk about it.
Can yell at me now.
That's right. That's right. So on the way there, again, you guys don't see stuff, and you're not designed to see it, but I'd like to share it with you because we go through a lot behind the scenes. One of those things was, I don't know exactly what happened. I don't know if the top of the truck got ripped off. I saw a picture. It was brutal. And I think the ring got there later. The bare knuckle bazooka was missing. I apologize we couldn't debut the bare knuckle bazooka in Connecticut, where if I would have seen that guy on Twitter, I could have shot at him. And I would have put a rock in it and shot at him. And a lot of stuff went down. I think they had some problems with ring stuff, but they all put it together and they got it going nice.
I think the other thing that was really damaged was like a banner or something. But
the banner
truck
above
went under a bridge that was too low, and it soup canned the top of the truck.
Kudos to the crew that made that work and got that happen. I'm glad everyone's safe. Nobody got hurt. That's a good thing too. The bare knuckle truck looked like a bare knuckle fighter after a rough fight when it got to the fight. A little transition there. All right, let's get back. We missed the stylistic puncher. Brandon messed that up in front of the president. How embarrassing that was for him. We talked about the. I guess Brandon doesn't want a job with the way he bitches and screws stuff up. Take five. Oh, here it is. Now, see, that's great. You redeemed yourself, but that would have played so much better after we showed Christine Faria. Swervo cuts his thing, and then that. It would have been perfect. But you know what? I'm going to let Dave tell you to keep your job. How's that? Are you mad at me?
Sure.
Are you mad at me? I'm messing with you. I'm sorry. He was so mad when everyone was cheering for him. When you see him at the show, pat him on the back, high five him.
Now he's holding the camera.
Oh, not when he's holding the camera. No, not when he's holding the camera. They're very expensive.
I knighted him.
Oh,
I bestowed it upon him.
Oh, is he the new cameraman now?
Yeah, he's doing the slow-mos.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Were you a little nervous to do that, though, for him?
No, he's been training. I've been, getting it to him over the past couple shows, preparing him, and now he's the full-time slow-mo camera guy.
Is that why when I shook your hand at the beginning of the show, your palms are very sweaty this time? Were you nervous? You seem very nervous when I talk to you. I want to give you a compliment, actually. Brandon he directs from time to time. I don't know if that's your new job, but the
Oh, yeah, that too.
The weigh-in show. No, you were great.
Unless there's, a big event that we need, multiple cameras, a big, marquee production.
A big event.
I'll be doing the switching for the weigh-in shows.
Well, that's switching. Is it directing? Is that what it's called?
Directing, switching.
So I'll tell you what.
Which might I add?
Oh, go ahead. Uh-oh.
Well, if you're in the Philadelphia area now, I'm looking for a new underling.
Worst place to
so
do
we
it.
lost,
Worst place to do
you know
it,
what I
Evan.
mean? So now we need a new young 20-something, fresh out of college.
What are you on Grindr? What are you doing? It sounds
who
like
wants
Grindr.
to do? Well, I don't know what that is. I'm sure you could tell us all about it.
You told me before the show. You were telling me about
You
it.
could tell us all about it.
Oh, you're such a jerk.
Seriously, I need a new kid who wants to, learn how to do all this shit. We need a new one. So
Need some
email
young
the
blood.
bare knuckle show at gmail.com.
Oh, no.
If you live in a 50-mile radius of Philadelphia.
Little Ben's gonna sign up.
No, it needs to be like a fresh out of college kid who's eager to learn.
To learn and move up the ranks of the bare knuckle fighting championship. There, if you know anybody, just email, like you said, and we'll get to it and we'll try to talk to you about it. Evan's a very nice guy. So as he puts a suit on, he's looking for new employees. And It's a wonderful thing.
We're growing an economy here around the company.
Do you wear cologne now too, like with your suit?
I've always worn
Yeah.
cologne.
What kind of cologne do you like?
Creed Green Irish Tweed if it's the winter months. It's a warmer scent. I like that. But when it starts to get a little bit hotter out, I switch to a more spring and summer scent. Like a Dolce & Gabbana light blue is my personal go-to. There's also one called Spice Bomb that I'm getting switched on to.
That was a good channel back in the day when I was a kid.
Is that a channel?
It used to be when I was very young. It was scrambly when I was watching.
What do you wear?
it, though.
Do you like a cologne?
So I used to wear cologne when I was younger. I love Aqua de Joe, Aqua de Joux, what the hell it's called. Women love that.
Aqua de Jour?
Yes, whatever it's called. I mispronounce it, but I like that. And then I know I haven't put it on in years. Houston loves cologne. He's always wearing cologne. Jeff Houston. He always has that. You can tell after you, if there's an elevator he rode before you. I'm like, oh, Houston was in here. I can smell the scent of Houston. So not Houston Alexander, Jeff Houston. And I think Brandon wears what is it, Old Spice or Brut or something, right? He was the barber soap. What's it called?
Axe
body spray.
What do you wear, Brandon?
Clubman's, whatever it's called.
The sense of the BKFC crew. We're going to release a spring collection.
I seriously haven't worn cologne in years.
Really? It's nice to smell good.
Yeah, once I got older,
You got to leave a good impression on people.
Bro,
too.
I'm married for 10 years.
So it doesn't mean you have to stink.
Yeah, I don't
nice.
stink. I
Your
have
natural musk probably isn't great.
Ode de Soscia.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, all right, back to the mailbag and stuff. Oh, this is cool. G. Perez. We love G. Perez, the cut man. You see him on all the shows. G. Perez in training for Albert Inklin. That's going to be on June 21st in Hollywood, Florida. But he's also been showing a bare knuckle bombshell how to punch, how to throw punches. He's working with Caitlin. Does this mean, it's the question now, I don't want to start the rumor here, but does this...
Take her hands up.
She's learning. It might be her first time.
You got to remind her. If she keeps her hands down, you got to give her a little
Get punched in the
slap.
face.
Yeah,
oh, okay.
you got to train that.
Let her feel.
She keeps dropping that right hand. Oh man.
Yeah, well, she's
gonna
going to
get
learn.
pieced up, G. Come on.
She's going to learn. That's okay. It's her first time. This is a week or two old, but they were out there. They're out there working, and G's trying to. Does this mean Caitlin's going to fight bare knuckle?
Pick it up there a little
That's what I'm saying. She's going to get it, man. Yeah. Look, she's loosening up. You can see it.
She's athletic. She can pick it up.
Thank you for sending that in, G. We'd like to see what the bare knuckle bombshells are up to too. And now, who knows? I mean, I did hear a rumor she was going to fight bare knuckle. Did you hear that rumor?
Who?
Caitlin, that's what she's training for, I heard.
She gonna fight bare knuckle?
I don't know. I wouldn't fight bare knuckle if I was her, even if I was good. No way.
Well,
your whole career is making money with
she does great holding the cards and
as a bombshell.
All that stuff.
Yeah, man.
She does more than that.
She does. She's actually quite amazing. Yeah. All right. Congrats, Caitlin. If you're doing a bare knuckle fight, I'll support you. Yeah. I don't know what that means, but I'll support you.
Content teams behind you.
That's it. Speaking of BKFC 62, oh, this is cool. Daryl sent this note in. I want to show this email for multiple reasons.
Is this email hidden?
Here,
Brandon, before I click it.
You got to roll down.
I already clicked it.
Nope, it's not hidden.
Oh, well.
Where's it at? Okay, there's. I actually forwarded this last night to Brandon.
It's still there.
It's
Sorry,
whatever.
Daryl.
The guy Daryl's cool. It's this guy's. He said his birthday, May 13th, which I don't even know what today is. What's today? It's almost May 13th today? It was yesterday.
14th.
This was yesterday. So happy birthday to you. We appreciate you tuning in. Happy birthday to you. Good, Evan. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Daryl. Happy birthday to you. I knew a Daryl used to stalk me. He was very strange in college. He was a weird dude. Thanks to BKFC, I get the belated birthday present. Basically, he's very excited that we're doing so many events. And we have another one coming up. He said it's freaking awesome considering we just had one last week. We try to put as many as we can on. Looking forward to see what his hometown boy is going to do. Oh, Groshu. Okay, I'm looking forward to that too. See what he brings to the table. By the way, thanks for all the time and effort you put into the show, Brian, and continued success. If you look up top, I actually sent this to Brandon. I want to say it to you, Evan. I appreciate it. It's not just me. When you thank me, I appreciate it. It's the whole show. We all work very hard on this. Thank you for that nice compliment. I take that as a compliment for the show. Thank you. It means a lot to us. And thank you for the email. Let's see what else we have to get to here. We have, this is great. Another celebration in the bare knuckle community. We got a couple of them going on. Congrats to the rugged beauty, Crystal Pittman. She's 3 years in BKFC. Look at that. That's babyface Brian, clean shaven. Who's that guy holding the camera? You remember that guy? If you've been a long-time podcast watcher? Is that Rob?
Good old Rob.
There he is, Rob, my former co-host, holding the camera. This was 3 years ago.
One and only event he's probably.
Yeah, I think he's been to 2 since I've been here. There he is. I mean, look, you get the shaved side of Crystal. She looks a little different. This is when we were first meeting her on camera. And Crystal's been a pleasure to work with. Happy 3-year anniversary. And she's continuing to do great things in Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. So we appreciate you. And, she's had some great fights. And she's just so easy to get along with. Of course, one of the couples in Bare Knuckle, her and Captain Deadpool, Jared Warren. Jared Warren has Jomi coming up for the title. And that's going to be a great fight June 21st. If you didn't get your tickets yet, that's in Hollywood, Florida, bkfc.com. What a loaded card. We're going to talk about that in a little while. Another celebration, possible fiesta, I'll call it, since it's David Diaz. He's being inducted into what's called the Bare Knuckle and the Bodyguard Hall of Fame. And that's pretty cool for him. Congratulations. That's, I believe, in the L.A. area. I don't know if it says it up there. But he put a great show on in L.A., got fight of the night. People were recognizing his personality, his toughness. I like David Diaz. Congratulations to him. Bare Knuckle and Bodyguard Hall of Fame. I think we get DB in the Bodyguard Hall of Fame. He's kind of a bodyguard, right?
Sure.
I mean, there's a lot of people that could be eligible for that. I'm curious to learn more about. But congrats to David Diaz. We love watching you fight, and we hope to see you get more success. And then this is interesting. This was sent in by, what's it? Right? Oh, Right is Right. Right is Right. He sent this video, and he thought we needed to see it. He said, this is a proper training to fight. Supposed to hit the bag. I see what this is going to... He's probably going to... Guess he's going to knock the light down, right? Told you. I knew it. Comes the... Oh, shit. Oh, man. Oh! That sucks. Oh, no, that... He just looks at the camera like, shit. I thought it was going to be the light. Everything fell. I like the American flag there. I like the American flag. Evan, didn't you have something similar like that happen to you? You weren't hitting a bag. It was with your chicken eggs or something? You were returning home?
Yeah, I was... so Kate keeps like a we've run out of room for the eggs, so she has like a basket in the garage 'cause it's cool down there, and I didn't see it. I put my foot in it, and I broke like 20 eggs hanging something up in the garage, and I fucking flipped the thing, and they went everywhere, and I was like scrubbing the floor.
Egg yolk everywhere. It smelled.
It was horrible.
Oh God.
It smelled, and my trash can, because I was just like throwing them in the trash can, and it still smells. I don't know what to do. But and then I dump bleach down there to try and help it. It's an ongoing crisis.
You should go home today
Yeah.
and seal all the windows and doors in the room. This will be the way to get it out. And you dump bleach all over. And the most important part is you stay in there and you breathe very deeply, and that's going to help you clean the room. Trust me.
Okay.
I'm kidding, but I obviously don't do that for real. That'd be the worst thing you could do. I think you're smart enough to know that. I hope it gets better. For those who don't know, Evan has like, what, you have 13 chickens or something?
Oh, yeah, 11.
Jesus. And you're friendly with them. You go out in your Fortnite pajamas, right? And you kind of...
I hate them.
Well, I thought you liked them.
Cleaning. I mean, they're cool, but like, it was her idea.
It was her idea. And now you're doing all her work too, right?
Right.
Because
Exactly.
she's with child, so you're doing... Every time I talk to you,
I
you're
gotta
doing some kind of
scoop the
project.
cat litter. I got to clean the chicken coop.
Oh, man. She's in the
Horrible.
nesting phase. Didn't
Yeah.
she? Didn't she recently? Was she putting together any new
Now I'm
put-togethers?
assembling furniture. Yeah.
You're becoming a dad. I love it. Congratulations. We'll keep you updated on Evan's child-to-be as long as that's okay with him. We're very excited here at the Bare Knuckle Show for him and his bride. Also, let's see what else we have here. Chaz. What a great name. Chaz in Denver, where we're going to be on the 31st of May. He said he can't wait to see Christina Christ in person. That's good. That's good. He wants to see her fight. He says, can't wait for May 31st in Denver. I have often thought about how lucky the tattoo is to be on that neck of hers. Now, that's kind of borderline creepy, but hey, we always serve everybody here at the Bare Knuckle Show. He wants to see some pictures of her in the future, and he sent these pictures in for us to watch. There she is. Oh, that looks very comfortable laying there. You know how uncomfortable that probably is? They're trying to look sexy, and they got all these weeds growing
I'm
between
just thinking
them.
about the ticks that may be
That's what
on
I'm
there.
thinking, yeah. Oh, there she is. But it's a nice area where she's at. Nice landscape. There you go. Some pictures on her Instagram. I think she recently, go to her Instagram. Do you have it? It's open, right? I think she had a birthday recently I saw. I think it's right after mine. Why do I think that's true? Let's go down.
Whoa.
Click on that one there. The third one in the row. I think that's the one I saw. I was going to put it on the show, but I might as well
Which
now.
one?
The third one with the derriere. The rear end. Try to be proud. Is that the birthday one? There was a birthday one.
My
she had.
birthday,
Yeah. I think it was April 17th, the day after mine. So it's her birthday, but she's, I guess, giving the fans a present. I don't know. Yep. All right. That's enough Christina Chris for now. Happy belated birthday to you, birthday buddy. But there you go. Chaz is excited now in Denver, and, just get Christina Chris extra security if Chaz is in the arena who wants to be the tattoo on her neck. Strange man. All right. We kind of jumbled out when Dave jumped in. So let's go to, we kind of watched the Fight Night highlights, right? With Zach Kalmus when he was in here. Zach, we talked about Zach. I'm excited to see what's next. I want to see what's next for Connor. Zach is like, and I say this with love, he's out of his mind. He's crazy. He truly is. But I love how crazy he is. It's fun. He will figure out Zoom. He said he will figure that out in the future if you watch the other day's show, which, by the way, they pulled our show from YouTube last week because the content that we own that we put on it from Verizon. How do we fix that? Who do I talk to?
Speak Japanese?
No, my grandfather, he was in World War II. He wouldn't allow that.
Oh, okay, I understand. It's just a YouTube thing. It's an automatic thing.
Right, we got to talk to somebody. No, we're going to talk. We'll talk to somebody. I'll get it. I'm going to call my Yakuza friends. Okay, let's see. I'm going to be dead in like a week now for saying a day. All right, the other thing I want to hit is some behind-the-scenes footage from BKFC 61. We like to check out the walkbacks and stuff like that. We got one of the best production teams in the business. Let's see what we captured. Let's see what the first one is here.
Come on, Brandon.
Brandon's upset he's going to work. He's moaning. There's Louis. Man. There you go. I mean, look, Louis Lopez taking that fight, and that's how Louis is. He's never out at training camp. Extremely short notice. Didn't go his way, but you have to respect Louis El Loco Lopez for stepping in the fight. Otherwise, you wouldn't have one. Trezano was a wonderful guy to talk to. I can't wait to see what he does next in BKFC as well. Let's see what else we have. What else I don't even know because I didn't get to preview these. There we go. Speaking of, he's walking back. Hey, listen to that guy in the background. He's annoying.
Well, that was fun. I was hoping for a war. But shit, we don't get paid by the minute, so it is what it is. Let's go.
All right, there you go. We love seeing what they say in their most candid moments. That's cool that we catch that. Do we have a main event walk away to walk back? I think we do. Yeah. Here's Jimmy. He's talking to Connor. He's got his daughter with him. Jimmy, a man of the people.
Always feels good to be in a fight and then have your hand raised at the end. You know how it is. Right, sweetheart? Yeah,
Yep. Party-like atmosphere in the back after Jimmy's win. I also was in earshot of one of his daughters, and when they had him on the screen, it was cute because they're kids, they're little, they don't really understand who their daddy is yet. And she saw him up on the screen. She said, "That's Daddy up there." I was like, that's awesome. So that's good. We love that we caught that stuff. Do we have any more clips? This is kind of last minute. I just want to make sure you guys could see them.
I don't think so.
All right, I know. Then let's move on to the Vespi Selects. We always talk about Phil Lambert, Nick Vespi, how talented they are, and how the production team catches amazing stuff with the cameras. But then we have the just still shots. They tell such a story, and we just go through them. I don't even like to really talk about what they are. Just take them in, watch them. I admire Vespi, I admire Lambert, I admire Evan, I admire James, everybody. I don't want to miss anybody. I admire Brandon. You guys get so close to that action. I mean, is there ever any kind of trepidation? Like, have you ever caught a punch, or has your camera ever been hit to either one of you guys? There's only two I can ask.
I've had people like they've backed up and their ankle, like they'll bump the lens or anything, but it's more just getting bled on. You know, you get bled on a lot, so we keep wipies ringside to wipe, our arms.
Look at that
off.
crowd. Wipies.
Did I say wipies?
Yeah, that's because you're going to be dadhood. Dadhood.
Wipies.
Yo, listen, let me tell you something because you're not a dad yet. I'm a dad 2 times over. Brandon's a dad. When you have a baby wipies are the best thing in the world. Stock up on them, man. Stock up on them.
Yeah, so we get covered in blood a lot.
Yeah. You're always wiping your lenses.
Catch it in your face.
Yeah.
It's the worst. But luckily, my days of that are over.
But you're sitting, no, it's worse now. You're sitting there in a nice suit.
What's nice is I'm way back now. Just
it's laying in the cut.
The computer.
The Richmond fight against Lozano. That one, I think I was at my computer or something. When he knocked him out, dude, I got splattered. Like, it was.
I remember, like.
Well, the thing is, somebody said to me one time when I used to do boxing, and I never thought of it like this way. If you're in the splatter zone of the fighter's blood, you shouldn't worry about it because that's the best time to get hit with blood because
they're all tested.
They're all tested immediately before the fight, so you know that you could drink your blood if you're a freak. It wouldn't matter. You're going to be
You're
okay.
Not getting anything. But I remember Jason Knight's tooth flew right in front of me at 5. We had mouth guards fly in front of us. Who was it this dreadlock got ripped off? Was that Yuli or somebody in a fight? Remember that? It was a piece of hair. Yeah.
No, it was Greg Hardy, I think.
Was
right?
it? Yeah, I think that's.
Oh, dude, his hair got like ripped off like a piece of his dread or something. I don't remember where it was. It was somewhere. If you remember in the chat, let us know because I remember it happening. We see crazy stuff. That's what bare knuckle fighting is all about. Seeing all kinds of stuff like that. Other than that, I think that gets through the mailbag and the other stuff we had to cover. Let's talk about what's coming up for Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. We've checked behind-the-scenes footage. If you're a big fan, but right here and now, May 17th, we got Omaha coming up. We're looking forward to that. BKFC.com to buy tickets, or you can watch it on the app. All this, man. Then you got 25th de Mayo. I'm such a gringo. I'm such a dumb gringo. That'll be in Mexico. May 31st, Vandermeer and DP, man. That's going to be in Denver, Colorado. Another crowd that we love being in front of. And this is a Prospect Series show. So what you have to understand, because this is still kind of new if you're in the area, this is a more intimate show. There's not as many tickets available, and they are flying. BKFC.com if you want to get those tickets. It's a chance to kind of see. We don't do small shows outside of arenas as much anymore. I guess we call them boutique shows. I've heard Evan say that before. So it's cool that you can be so up in the action still and experience it both ways now if you'd like to. Speaking of the Prospect Series, June 8th, that'll be in Newcastle, UK. That's going to be another great one. And then, June 21st, what an event. BKFC 62, I think it is we're at. Yeah. And that's going to be at Hollywood, Florida, one of our stomping grounds where we've kind of made a name for ourselves. People seem to love us there. Tickets always go fast. There'll be no exception this time. What a great card. I mean, I'm not any less excited about the cards coming up, but if you look at that card, what a banger. I mean, where are you guys at with that card? I can't even tell you what my favorite fight will be on there. They're all going to be great.
Yeah. Sorry, I was scheduled.
That's
I
all
was
right.
texting.
I'm just saying,
Cranston.
June 21st in Hollywood. What a card.
Pull the card up.
I mean, it's loaded. We talked a little bit, I think, last week about this, and we'll have going forward. We're going to try to get everybody on we can from that show, from that fight series. But
we're pulling it up, see what's been signed.
I mean,
so far.
the triple main event.
Oh, a lot's been signed.
Yeah, it's packed, and outside the main event, like these guys have heat. This is going to be interesting. Kai can never seem to get the favoritism, even when he proves himself. I think some people still think Brian Duran's going to run through Kai. I don't know if Brian's training like that. I'm sure Brian's training for a fight of his life, but I'm excited to see what's going to happen with Brian and Kai here because Brian is a very tough individual. We've seen him, how tough his knuckles are, but Kai's got, we've said it, Evan, what's it called? I call it the wrestler grit, and this guy's not going to quit. So that's going to be a great main event.
Absolutely. And Keith Richardson back in. I'm excited to see him.
He's always fun.
I haven't seen him since he fought Reggie, since he won the belt. So
and that's another company supporter. That guy's had a lot of fights, happy to be there, and he's always carrying his title around and just enjoying his success in bare knuckle.
He's got a good story. He's an Army Ranger. He's fucking been there, done that.
Yeah, he's a tough guy.
Yeah.
Mentally tough, physically tough. You can't not be if you're an Army Ranger. And then you got Captain Deadpool, Jared Warren, and Jomi Escoboza. And this is intriguing for their 3 title matches, another world title match. And Warren edged Jomi out right before. So this is going to be interesting to see how Jomi's going to approach this. Jomi's very successful in bare knuckle. Captain Deadpool, I said it on Sports Grid. I covered last week there. It's a bare knuckle show they have. And I said it to Jared. You got the wacky jab, and you got Warren's power. So it's going to be fun to watch.
I thought it was the goofy jab.
Goofy, wonky, wacky. It's a jab it should be the effective jab. That's what they should call it because it's very effective. Other than that, I mean, you have, I tell you, I'm skipping here. I don't want to skip around.
I'm just laughing at the chat because Gators gave me the nickname of Corporate Evan.
Corporate Evan. I was actually going to call you that, Evan, the corporate entity. I had something similar.
That's great.
Jomi with the bullet in nipple cover.
Panda Banks is back.
Oh, that's
I
the
haven't
dude.
seen him since he fought
in dress shoes.
No, yeah, he fought in
that?
in his Sunday shoes. Yeah.
That was all his Sunday shoes. That's good, Evan. His dress shoes, his Sunday best. But he's a tough dude. That was in
Newcastle.
It was Newcastle, right? You're right. Yeah, I remember that fight. I'm excited to see him back. Melanie Shaw's another tough Brit. She's going to be in against Christine Vicens, who I think Vicens shares the same birthday with me. We were talking about birthdays earlier. I think she's the 16th as well. But heck with that. She's a very talented fighter. Excited to see the women. They fight with passion. We talked about G. Perez. He's coming back. One of the biggest fan favorites in that area against Albert Inclin, who you said, I think, last week, Evan, and I agree, has dog in him. That's going to be a fun fight to watch. I mean, we could keep going down. You can see it. I see there's look at that. Oh, I didn't realize that. Maybe I did know that. These cards are all going together. This one really stands out, man. Look, you have Dotson's brother. He's fighting there. Thuggy Bear's going to be there.
Yeah.
So that means John Dotson will be in the house too, and we get to see Eric. And, it just goes on and on. You can check it out, bkfc.com.
Suarez, you got a prospects.
Oh, Suarez is there. Yeah, I thought Suarez was – I didn't realize he was on such a big show. I want to shout out Marcus Suarez. It's Mark season, baby. Remember that? Follow me on Bare Knuckle.
Yeah.
He's a big fan of the show. Sorry, Merc, I don't want to forget about you. I know it's Merc season. So we're looking forward to that. We'll unpack more of that event in the weeks to come. BKFC.com for all the latest articles, the latest news, the latest on cards. And we just really appreciate you, man. Here's little Ben saying Panda's a beast. I agree. That's where we're headed. We'll keep you up to date all the time here on the Bare Knuckle Show. We appreciate you like we always do about this time. I'm going to sit back some Forged Irish Stout, and then I have to kind of sober up, so I'm going to get bucked up, baby. Remember, it's fight week. I haven't done this in a long time. I'm going to do it for you. It's fight week, baby. Second one in a row. Here we go. Fight week. We're headed to Omaha. Get bucked up and knuckle up.